Let's have the view as we come out our front door, faced with my cloud prune tree which needs pruning. And down, we're immediately got plenty green about off the step and around everywhere. We look up the side, troughs with orchids, sea of yellow, a lovely wild ranunculus. They're well worth it keeping, as many of you that read the bulb log will know. I really like wildflowers, and as long as you can control them and look after them, and they add such beauty to the garden. So the yellow there, picked up if we come round, with the Pseudofumaria lutea, formerly known as Corydalis lutea, which you'll see all around here. If you come around here, we also have the white form of it. And here, Corydalis, Creighton blue, orchids, Primulus, just the Echinopsis, Cambrica, over there the Acephala, giant Acephala. It's had a flower spike, you can see there, great hollow spike. It got blown over in the wind. It was starting to go past and was getting blown over, so I cut it off. As we rotate round, just more of the same. So just a glorious mixture of colours. Really nice colours. Corydalis Creighton blue, past its best. Tiarella, Wherryi, yellow aconite, some Aquilegias that went over, but it's round here with the drives. Here's my car, and here we have the drives coming down to the Dactylarhizas. They'd have to be short here. Here we have some here, and you can see a couple decapitated. They grew too long, so my wee car took off the top. So I'm trying to encourage the shorter ones here. Of course, I didn't plant them here in the first place. They chose to grow here. But on this drive we do tend to go for the shorter plants. It's like the Geranium sanguineum, which we'll come round to. And if you come round here, you get so many little vistas. So across the Dactylarhizas, Geranium sanguineum, up to one of the common Hypericums, which brings such lovely colour at this time of year. We'll enjoy it for a while, but before the seed scatters I'll cut it right back to the ground, and it comes up every year, so that way we keep it under control. Aquilegias will get cut down. I don't want them to be seeding anymore. We've got some in there, we've got enough. So it's really growing quite a thicket in there now. So all the way down the drive, out onto the street, and along the street edge it's really not so much to see. Well, there is when the rhododendrons are out, that's Jacusimenum. But there are spots where you get glimpses into the garden. Some of my wee shrubs coming out over the edge. I forget the name of this one. New Zealand shrub, I think it is. Name slips my mind. But the various vacciniums. Pinus aristata. And up to the Pinus sylvestris. The fastigiate form towering up there, as high as a lamppost. But it's the other drive I'm working up to now. Where have you saw earlier in the bulb log, I showed you it with the Phytuma spicata in flower. Well, they've nearly all gone over, so I just tugged the stems off. There's a few still there. Round here we've got the same Hypericums, the hedge, which is needing a bit of a trim. But lovely geranium sanguineums. And it's just beautiful, the colour combinations you can get in what is a difficult bit of ground to deal with on top of a wall below a hedge. When we first moved in this side of the house, this hedge came all the way out to the edge of the wall. There was no bed there. So we just come back and to the central bed here. You can see where the Fritillarias seed capsules, Fritillaria meleagris, that flowered earlier. Most of the seeds scattered. So it's just a case of getting some seed and scattering it as I go will help spread it. A digitalis, short digitalis, will come up to more of it. So here's the Phytuma. Here's one I've missed, and you just take it and tug it and it just takes it off so cleanly. So it just breaks it off at the base like that, and that allows the space for the other plants. Along here you can see likewise where the erythroniums were flowering earlier. Their seed capsules are also starting to open, so we can now have a handful of seed and decide where more else we would like the seed capsules, the seed of that, along to the Digitalis grandiflora, which is showing you here. Look, the buzzy bee. Absolutely. The bees loved the Phytuma, and now they've moved on to the Digitalis. So it's always feeding the bees. Of course they will like the orchids. Another nice clump of the Digitalis. So we just work it and we build it up, and we're constantly looking for different little combinations of flowers that can come in. Spin back round to the wall here. Up here earlier we had Corydalis and Narcissus and Crocus and various other bulbs. Up the back here, going over now, way past its best, but Crinodendron Hookerianum with a New Zealand clematis. And that's the drive, the other drive. So if you think you haven't got space in your garden and you've not planted up your drive, you should. Just say goodbye to an old friend here. My old wheelbarrow, getting the rather the worse for wear. It really is getting quite rusted. I was happy to keep it, but I was using it the other day and I had a problem with my wheel. My tyre blew out completely. So that's now going up to the recycling centre. I think it's done good service over the last 35 years. And I'll just go into the inside walk where much of the colour's kind of over just now, but it is leafy. There are some big orchids. That's, if I put my hand in, that's quite a height of orchid. But lots of things in here. Primulas have not been so vigorous this year because it's been dry. Some of the rhododendrons we cut back starting to bush up again. But there are some little primulas flowering away in amongst it. Again, more seed capsules of Fritillaria meleagris. And down here we're always looking for, although I enjoy wildflowers, there's some I don't want too many of these little epilobium type things or whatever they are nowadays. So whenever I see one, you just pull it out. But there is plenty of primulas in here, but it's not been doing so well because of the dryness. Although this is the north side, so there's a nice Primula nutans. Planted out a pot of seedlings there. There's another one there. So, and over here I can see another epilobium that we'll just have out at the same time. And so we move round and back down, and that's the kind of circuit. There's our front door up there, and around here to the drive. And as I see, there's quite a lot of work to do here. I see some more epilobiums down there, and these aquilegias need cutting back, so I'm going to sign off now and go and get those jobs done.